Hello and welcome to a spell video, the blog of which is on our newsletter. So if you haven't subscribed to that, hopefully I'll cover most of it in this, but if you want anything written, then subscribe to the newsletter. So January is when I'm actually thinking about, and January can be a very long, cold, dark month for some people. Some people love it, but there are people that find it very difficult. It's usually, for me, it always seems like the darkest. We've reached that plateau, at that bottom plateau at Yule solstice, winter solstice, and it only, for me, I only start to notice the increase in light around mid to 2/3 around through January. So I thought, let's have a little happiness spell. But although I'm doing this for January, you can do it any time of the year. Any time that you think, you can actually keep it going throughout the year. So it's up to you. If you're going to do it, what you're going to need is a candle of your choice. And I am just going to bring this up so you can look at something more interesting than me. So you're going to need a candle of your choice. Move that out the way for a second. Whatever you've got to hand. So if you've just got tea lights, use a tea light. If you've got spell candles, if you've got birthday candles, use whatever you have to hand. Colour, up to you. Colour that symbolises happiness and joy to you. So it could be yellow or orange or white. Let's face it, most of us have got a white candle, even if it's a tea light, around. I've gone with white because actually I've got a whole load of them at the moment. So I'm using white because to me it represents every colour. You're going to need a mirror, hence why I just moved that. So you're going to need a mirror, and you're going to need a crystal or a stone or a hagstone. If it's a stone or a pebble, try and make it from somewhere that you love, that makes you feel joyful. So if you've been on a holiday to a beach and picked up a pebble and brought it home, that would be ideal. If you do have crystals, then choices would be, like me, a clear quartz, a citrine, a rose quartz maybe, carnelian, yellow jasper would work, sunstone would definitely work, shungite maybe, amethyst, which was going to be my other choice, but then this one kept winking at me, so it came out. What else could you use? Lapis lazuli, maybe. Fluorite. Celestine. Tiger's eye. I think those would be my main go-tos, but go with one with what you've got and two with what resonates with you. You're also going to need herbs. And again, go with whatever you've got and also what resonates with you. I have chosen lavender, marigold, rose, and mint. You could use basil, you could use lemon balm, you could use any of the citrus fruits, dried, obviously, because otherwise it could make it a little bit yucky. Sunflower, maybe, jasmine, rosemary. Yep. All the herb ideas will be linked. Let's turn that around so you can see it properly. Rachel's book, Kitchen Witch's World of Magical Plants and Herbs. That will be the list that will appear on the newsletter. You're also going to need a jar. Now that can be a jar of any size, and I'll come to that in a minute. You're going to need lighter or matches, and you're going to need a bowl or other small receptacle that you will place on your altar. So you collect all your bits together. Now, when I'm saying bowl or small receptacle, obviously it depends on the size of your altar. It depends on how long you actually want to continue this spell. You might want to continue it for months, in which case you would make a big jar, or you could make small jars and just keep doing this spell. So there's one idea, just a little small little bowl. Another idea would be, for me, because I love the sea, a seashell. Now, the other thing is, have you ever noticed that on the top of perfume bottles, you often get very nice little tops? And that's what this is. It was the top, the lid, whatever you want to call it, of a perfume bottle. Because trying to get the actual spray bit off a perfume bottle is virtually impossible. I've tried. It's usually you break the bottle. However, these lids can be, and you see it's quite pretty, can be quite handy. They usually have a flat bit that they can stand up with. So yeah, so depending on the size of your altar and what you've got to hand and how much space, let's change that. So not only the size of your altar, but how much space you actually have left on it. Something along those lines, quite small, quite cute. I'll actually be using the seashell because, as I say, for me, that's what we're going with. So bring all your supplies together, cleanse your area. I've already done that. I do it with my breath. You can do it with an incense stick. You can do it with drumming. You can do it with rattles. You can do it with a bell. However you want to cleanse everything once you've brought it all together. As I say, I do it with my breath and my intention. If you want to cast a circle, you can do. You can do it very simply by just either turning clockwise or drawing. Sorry, you can see my hand. So drawing, but doing it obviously over everything. A circle clockwise. And you could say something like, I invite earth, air, fire and water to join me today. Simple as that. Or you can just visualize yourself being surrounded by a bubble. Because I quite like to know that I'm protected from above and below. So I tend to think of a large bubble. So you're going to place your candle. And if you want to inscribe your candle, you can do. You can just write happiness or a symbol, a sigil that means happiness to you. But you're going to place your candle in the holder, put it on top of the mirror, and you're going to light it. And as you light it, you're going to say, this candle flame and the mirror reflection increases my happiness by my intention. And just look at it for a few minutes, as long as you feel that you need to. Now you're going to take your jar. As I say, it can be a jar of any size. Here's mine. I think it's probably about 150. It's one of the smaller ones, but so you can either make it a big jar or a small jar. So you're going to place that in front of your candle. I'm just going to move the candle a little bit so that you can actually see a little bit more of what I'm up to. Realise that wasn't quite in the shot. I think that's it. And then you're going to take each of your herbs and you're going to place some in the jar while saying, I am happy. This is lavender I'm using at the moment, so I am happy. Ooh, there we go. It's just... So because I've chosen 4 herbs, or plants, however you want to say, I'm actually trying to put about a quarter of the jar in with each one. I am happy. There we go. My next one is going to be my marigold. If I can get the lid off. There we go. I might actually put this in a bit more carefully because obviously it's very, very fluffy. Marigold's very fluffy when it's dried. I am happy. And that's what the fluffiness and the colour as well, but the fluffiness of it means to me. I am happy. Next one for me is going to be mint, which smells absolutely divine. I am happy. mint to me symbolises new potatoes. Oh dear, things that pop into my head and come out of my mouth. So yes, new potatoes. I love new potatoes, by the way. I love new potatoes cooked in mint with a little bit of butter and mint sprinkled over the top when they are cooked. So yes, mint. I am happy. And the last one is going to be, oh, rose. Absolutely divine. I am happy. I am happy. I'm actually very happy doing this because I love doing this sort of thing. So I am actually very happy. And that's the energy that you are putting into this. Yay. There we go. And you. That's it. Now, if you want to, you can raise some more energy at this point. You could drum, you could rattle, you could, if you've got a bell, you could shake your bell. You could also do a little bit of a ditty. So for those of you of a certain age, you might remember Ken Dodd singing about happiness. So I've actually altered the words just slightly. I'm not going to sing it because I'm awful at singing, but happiness, happiness. I might actually. Happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that we possess. I thank deity that I've been blessed with more than my share of happiness. And you can repeat that as many times as you like. I apologise for my singing, but yeah, because I'm feeling so happy, it came out. When you're ready, you put your lid on there. You put your crystal on top, which has been sitting just here. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Have your crystal there as well. Put that on top. It's all been gaining all the energy of you saying that you're happy, singing, drumming, rattling, whatever you've been doing. And then you just let the candle burn down. So what do you do with this little concoction once you've made it? So I'm just going to move that out of the way before I actually burn myself. So your crystal, you're going to carry with you. So you can put it in a pocket. If you're a woman, you can tuck it in your bra. You can put it in your handbag. Carry it with you. It's your link to your spell back home. Because your little receptacle is going to go on your altar. And whenever you feel the need, you're going to put some of your herbs into, like that. I think I need to shake it a bit more just to get them circulating, because that was mainly mint and rose that came out, and I want a little bit of the fluffy. Come here. Come here. You're coming out. A little bit of the fluffy marigolds coming out before I actually tip out all the jar. There we come. Out you come. And as you are doing this at your altar, as I say, you can do it daily, weekly, whenever, or just whenever you feel the need for it. This herbal brew represents all the happiness in my life. That's it. Just renew it whenever you feel the need on your altar. Continue it for as long as you want. If you feel that it needs renewing, you can shake it. Shaking is usually quite a good way of re-energizing. You can take the lid off. You can talk to it again. Just say, I am happy. You can sing to it again if you want. Don't worry, I'm not going to inflict that on you again. But yeah, I hope this has been useful. Let me know, and I'll see you next time.